guys, come on in. Come the fuck in. Come on in. Happy Sunday. As you guys come in, please make sure you are liking. Please make sure that you are subscribing. And just make sure that you are here for the things of the things of the things, okay? So come on in. Let's get situated. Let's get caught up. And let's kiki. This is going to be a hell of a review. This is definitely going to be super interesting. But in order for that to happen, I need you guys to like and share and get your faves over here, okay? Because I don't know a lot, but I do know that this cast has a lot of supporters and they have a lot of haters as well. So we're going to get into some things. Willa walking around here eating the girls' asses. And I can't. And hey, Kahari. Hey, boo. How are you? I'm so happy that you finally decided to join and say hello. Hey, love you. Ganika. Yeah, what's tea, Ganika? I miss you guys so much. And let me tell y'all something. One thing about my Caniacs, it don't matter if I'm in Atlanta, Texas, Hawaii, Africa, Belgium. You girls are going to keep me up to date. You girls are going to show love. And you girls are going to continue to watch the past videos, the past lives. And that's what keeps me monetized and still able to receive my check. So thank you guys so much just for being, rock stars. Queen Kane, yes. Hey, Quentin. That name sounds so familiar. Quentin Griffin. Where do I know you from? I'm definitely taking Jack Daniels, drinking Jack Daniels, Pura. Ooh. Child. Quentin, where I know you from? Your name sounds hella familiar. Kahari, you know I live for you. Now let's see what you got to say about these girls, okay? I can't get started until my counterpart joins. Cordae Gomes, we all know Cordae from G Status ATL Hustle Season 1. So, we'll see what's going on. I do know that Cordae has a lot to say, especially about the singers of the show. I don't know. I'm not a singer. I've been under the bed. I don't know. Hey, Spicy Original, guys, please make sure you are liking this video, okay? And go let them chasing Atlanta whores know that the king, queen, princess, viscountess, duke, Dutchess, and damn, that's 9 different roles. That's 9 different roles, okay? So go let the girls know what time it is, what time it ain't, what time it's gonna be, and that's just that. Ganika, I sure do. Pira. Hey, Daryl Norman, how are you? I stayed in your lives, but I fell off, but I'm back. Look, I fell off too. I'm just now getting back to King Kane, with everything that I've gone through. So it doesn't matter. Don't tell me about what has been. Tell me about what's now, okay? And you're here now. So that's what's up. Kari said the singers were amazing this season. I don't know. You have to ask Cordae when he comes up what he means by that, Kahari. I really wouldn't know. I'm not feeling shade, am I? Miss T. Hey, Miss T. What you mean, sir? What happened? Shout out to my homeboy Vic for giving me this world's best boss mug. I definitely think it's the truth. I definitely think that this mug tells no lies. And I'm just really here for it. You girls, please take you guys a shot. Please do you a line. Please hit the glass. I mean, do whatever it is that you girls like to do so that we can key and get into this review. I'm going to try to only be a little under an hour and a half. Just because I'm finna head out to Cobb County. My homegirl is cooking down, and I want to go get me a meal. Who was best dressed? Did y'all like Oliver wig? Hey, Untouchable 1987. I'm doing good, Daryl. Thank you. So this shirt that I have on, since you asked, well, since you made a statement, this is Boyfriend by D'Angelo. If you guys are familiar with the shit we do for love over there on Kevon Burns online, that is who I got this shirt from. As you guys know, he was a part of my fashion show in 2020. No, I'm sorry, in 2021. And so these are just some pieces that I was gifted. And I just love it. I love the fit. I love D'Angelo. I love Boyfriend by D'Angelo. I love his brand. I love his boyfriend. I even think his boyfriend is just an awesome, awesome photographer. So yeah, I'm here for it. Miss English said no hair for Oliver. Hey, Erica Howard. Cocaine in my Mariah voice. Bree. Hey, Bree. Where you been, Bree? The Monster High outfit was a complete mess. And that's what Bree said. That kind of used to be my style, byke in the day. So I was kind of here for what Oliver was trying to give with the outfit. However, the wig, it gave me very much sitting too high on the head. And I would have rather Oliver just came out with his, ooh, baby, ooh, baby, ooh, baby, ooh, baby. I would have rather him came out with that hairstyle. So yeah, that's just how I feel about it. Here. Now, Kahari said Willa looked amazing in her floral dress. Drew for her not to be there in person. She looked beautiful. Okay, Vera. And this is what I like. You guys obviously have your opinions. Have them. And let's just kiki. We can agree to disagree. But how are you guys doing though? Okay, like real talk. How are my Caniacs doing? There's a lot of shit going on in the world. How are you guys feeling? I hope everybody mental is on check. Have y'all been on YouTube these past couple of weeks? It's a whole lot of hooping and hollering and carrying on been going on. Child, my name be in it. I ain't in it. I be watching. I be gagging. It's a whole lot of hooping and hollering and carrying on. Damn. The thing that gave me the most, now I hope Dario didn't cheat on Mr. Ziegler. I really hope Dario did not cheat on, because we love Mr. Ziegler here at the King Can't Wait TV. We stand Mr. Ziegler. So I would just really hate for that to be, the truth. Yikes. Anyways, the purple was like a metallic. Miss Ingle said Drew looked a mess. I don't know. Drew wasn't there. I don't even know where Drew was. Was Drew out of town? Was Drew out of the country? Where was Drew? We saw her on the screen. However, we didn't get to see who the hell she is, or who the hell she was, or what she thought it was going to be. We're definitely going to get into the review as soon as Cordae Gomes. Cordae sings on Instagram as soon as he clicks the link and comes up. German said all of the suits were kind of the same and boring. Wish they gave more. Kahari said he thought Drew was scared that the girls might try to jump her. Oh, because she talked too much. Always trying to defend Neat. Always trying to defend Troy. They never defended you. So yeah, I do kind of feel like, shut up, Drew, a lot of the times. However, Drew did grow on me towards the latter part of the season. She honestly, she grew on me. And I was here for it. So without further ado, I do want to say welcome, 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 guys. Welcome to the King Kane Way TV. It's your boy King Kane, the one and only. Okay, very clear. And I am here today to give my review over Chasing Atlanta Season 5 Reunion Part 1. Okay, as you can see in the title, Willa ate Drew's peach, and all I gotta say is me next. Y'all know I love a good booty muncher. There's nothing more I enjoy than bending over and getting devoured. Yes, Willa. So before we get started, let's take a shot. Cheers to me. Cheers to you guys. Cheers to life. And cheers to Oliver and his wig. Kira. Woo. You would think that a bitch would be used to Jack Daniels after, you know, I've been a fan of it for quite some time. So, you know. Ooh. Let's get into it. So first I want to talk about the looks. To me, best dressed was Ike. I like the cut of his jacket. I like the fit of his pants. To me, he gave shape. He gave, it looked good. I didn't know that Ike had, you know, a little round petunia ass bike there. However, I do think that Ike looked cute. Yes, all the suits looked alike. The suits were boring down. But I do feel like out of all the suits, I loved Ike's. I also, I loved Troy's look as well. But we see that all the time. We know Troy gonna throw him a nice suit. And we know Troy's going to go host his events. And we know that Troy is going to get into the things of the things, okay? Again, I liked Oliver's outfit. Absolutely hated the wig. It did not work for the queen. It did not work for me. I hated it. Dominique, I think Nick could have did better. I was expecting so much more from Nick. We all know that Nick is a fashion girl. You know, so I was definitely expecting a lot. The little purple shimmy shoe, you know, it wasn't it for me. And Dominique has done iconic looks. He had safety pins on in his confessional. I'm here for it. The motorbike look when him and Willa pulled up to Kendra's performance. The networking or lack thereof, according to Cameron event. Nick was cute. So I just expected more, Dominiqua. I expected more. That's how I feel. Me. You could have did more. You could have did more. You could have did more. I think Cam looks good. I like the oversized fit of Cameron's look. Kendra, you know, but I do feel like overall Kendra has glowed up and she's doing her thing. Did I like the look? No, I think Willa was best dressed along with Ike, with Troy coming on in, you know, at the end. Hold on, let's see. Looks like I have a private chat. Oh, let's go ahead and bring Yummy up. Hey, Yummy, who is that standing next to you? Oh, I thought I saw somebody. Come on. Hey, Yummy.
Hi.
How are you?
We're here.
You look dapper. Oh, that's a puppy.
Yes, my baby.
I'm like, who the hell was that sitting next to Yummy? I'm gagging.
Okay, that's my little baby. That's Sebastian.
Oh, okay. Is it a boy or girl?
It's a boy, Sebastian.
Boy. Well, thanks for joining me. You know, whenever you come up, you know, the lives tend to go bonkers. So thanks for taking time to come up and review Chasing Atlanta Season 5 Reunion Part 1 with me. Right now, I am on the looks. I definitely know that you have some looks. I didn't like the host look as well. I did love his shoes, but I did think the suit was a bit too small. Jay, you know, didn't care, really wasn't paying any attention. Did Jay speak at all during the part 1? I don't know. Wayne the Pain, I hated his look. What was that? It gave me very much uh 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 uh
Small.
I
And
don't know. What's that old one?
it was
Chico's.
it
It
was
gave me very much.
bohemian.
Yeah, I don't
It was
know. I don't know. It just wasn't what I expected nor wanted. I would have been fine with Wayne the Pain coming over with his coming over, with his backwoods hoodie on. Okay. Rico Cassadine. It gave me very much 90s hip hop. He gave me very much Notorious B.I.G. And so I was like gagging, like I was like, okay, it was definitely different than everybody on the cast. His was a bit more dressed down. Dominique said he had on sneakers. So who knows? Enrico with a K again, a suit. Yeah, whatever. Aaron absolutely hated. Had no idea what Aaron took money out of King came out. Thomas had on. So that's just how I feel about the looks. Again, my best dressed was Willa and Ike. So if you want to give your opinions on the looks, you have the floor, Yummy.
All right, let's get into it. So, my best dress honestly was Troy. And honestly, to be 100%, it was a really hard choice because nobody really like brought it in my opinion. I don't think anyone really did anything new. I don't think anyone was really in fashion or in style of what's out now or what's coming. So just based off of that, I think that Troy gave me the best look. He was tailored. The suit fit him really well top. And I think that for him to be smart enough to do ivory with the white background was really good too, because everybody else who had on white, it was pure white and it didn't go with the background. So they kind of faded into the background. But that's just a TV costuming like standpoint. Worst worst dress for me.
Not worst dressed.
I just feel like there were so many worst dress, but Aaron definitely worst.
What was the strip? What was the red patch?
Giving very much like when people first started being gay, when everybody started first coming out, like that's
well, they said Aaron just came out. He was a gospel artist.
That I think that whole storyline is just stupid. Like, I've known Aaron for years, and I know Aaron was gay for years. Nobody was surprised. It wasn't a big coming out moment. Stop it. That viral shit that you said happened, no one knows of that ever happening. But definitely worse dressed. He looked like he was going to an all-white party with a whole bunch of people at a cookout. It was given like dress shirt and shorts. And
Bree said he gave Skater Girl. I would agree.
He gave what?
Skater Girl.
We've seen Skater look.
Well, we've seen what's her name? We've seen Avril Lavigne come with something a little better. If anything, Oliver gave Skater Chic.
Not Avril Lavigne. But no, like I think that Aaron definitely was worst dressed. Best dressed I give to Troy. When I look at some like Ike, he was the ASOS queen. Like, it's okay to wear ASOS, like that's cool. But when you don't know how to like really style it, it looks cheap. And every look he gave throughout the whole show was very ASOS.
You didn't like the sparkle pants at his listening party?
No, those on ASOS. I mean, when you wear ASOS, you have to like make it work. Like, you got to make it happen. You got to turn it up. Like, you can't just wear all ASOS and be like, I'm here. You can. That's very much your choice. But you're not a fashion girl if you do. So maybe he's just not a fashion girl. But the suit at the reunion with the cumber, it was a hot mess. It was a hot mess. It looked.
Wait, I had on Converse?
No, the cummerband, the band.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I'm like, what, Converse?
No.
So how did you feel about Nick in the shimmy purple top?
It was a fail. Like,
what's going on with Nick? Why didn't he push through?
For me, it just feel like he always tries too hard, like to be costumey. And I think sometimes it's like people who have like a certain amount of style to them. When we try too hard, sometimes it fails. But like when we're not trying at all.
Trust me, I know all about failing.
Right.
I get it. Oh, I get it.
But sometimes when we don't try at all, it looks dope. I think he had one of my favorite confessional looks with the short black and white printed jacket and the beater with
Oh,
the
his last one, his last confessional look.
hat with the New York hat. I think that was like one of my favorite confessional looks, and I don't feel like he tried so hard with that look. But that that reunion look was bad. He needs to keep his hair. He doesn't need to have his hair pulled back so tight because you gotta have like the face for that. You know what I mean? And all of that. But
so when you say the face, do you mean like a different kind of face or what?
it has to be really pretty. Like you don't do a but I loved Oliver's. I think it was imaginative. I think that the wig was for a key. Like I don't think he was really being serious with the wig. If he was, I hope not. But I think that Oliver's was fun. But then I watched it twice because we doing this. So I had to watch it again. And then it was like, oh my God, Hannah Montana. Tell me that was not Hannah Montana.
I think he looked insane. He looked like T.S. Madison.
No comment. But I did like how imaginative it was. I think for a reunion, especially when it's like gay culture TV, I think sometimes if that's your thing, then that's what you bring. And Oliver's not the most like stylish as far as like put together and that kind of thing. He's always kind of whimsical. So I didn't mind it. I hated the wig, but I thought it was just for fun. It felt like it was for fun. So
And what was your thoughts on TTB and his look and hosting?
I'm gonna say because I've seen TTB's kind of after shows, I was happy that he didn't do too much. I was just satisfied that he didn't do too much.
Does he normally like dress up and stuff?
Well, when he's on his little lives, like he wears like a crooked wig, like he just it looks like not dirty like in like a offensive way, but it looks like he's just like having fun type.
For fun. Okay, yeah.
It's like always like a nappy wig or his beard. Like it's for fun, I feel like. So I was happy that for this he kind of jumped into like in real host mode. And I think that he did really, really well. Like
I think he did good hosting. I do feel like take off the shades. Because I want to see your eyes. I want to see if you think this bitch is lying. I want to see how you feeling about like I miss the emotion from his face a lot of the times.
Yep. He has to understand that he's driving the bus. He's the head of the fish at this point. So people are trusting you're the representative of the audience. And if we don't know how to feel and you're not giving us anything because you wear your shades the whole time, it was a really big missed opportunity for him. But I do feel like as a host in journalism and those type of roles, period, the fact that everything that he said was like 80% questions, that's hard to do. And I think that he did a really good job with that. But he has some follow-up skills, like in getting resolution that he needs to work on. Like he knows how to
what I liked is the beginning when he was introducing everybody. And, you know, he had little fun moments with each person.
Yeah.
I thought that was great. I thought that was a note out of, you know, legendary hosting. That's what you do. When you introduce the cast, you have a little kiki with them in the same moment. So for me, that was everything. I just think the suit was a bit too tiny, and I feel like the shades could have left. That's just how I feel personally.
Out of war shades. That was really a bad choice. I was just happy that he wasn't a complete mess.
Yes. So he goes around the room. He talks to the girls. We see Willa. She's there. She's been working. Ike is there. Everybody wants to see this infamous 9.8. I don't know why. I hate a big dick. I'm scared of a big dick. I don't like a big cock. That's just my opinion. But the girls wanted to see the caucuses. Period.
I think this whole ultra masculine teaser type thing is so dated. it's so dated and it's so unattractive, and it shows how, in my opinion, how immature some of these men move. Because it's kind of like with him and Aaron, it's like, yeah, like I wouldn't mind messing with the trans, or I would. It's always this little like I have to
be masculine.
grab my dick. Like I have to grab my dick, and that shit to me is just, it's so unauthentic. It's so fake. It's so fake, and I would rather people talk about my dick. I'd rather them talk about my dick before I'm going to even comment on it.
But he put it in the song. Do you didn't like the Rap Freak song?
I didn't hear it.
Wow. Then we see Cassadine. Cassadine didn't bring his mace, but he did bring his sneakers. So I'm here for that. Troy and Neek, you know, it's always a twinning situation. The shoes look absolutely alike to me, but apparently they've been booked, they've been busy, which is great, which is good for them. We get to Rico with a capital K. He says he doesn't need 60 minutes. And I'm here for that. I'm here for it. We get to Dominique.
What is up with these white boots? Like, didn't you wear that?
Everybody had on white boots.
You wore them like 5 seasons ago.
Well, you know, my iconic.
Watch reunion. Don't rewear stuff.
Yeah, you know, even those boots give me Dallas, Texas. Those are the kind of boots that Dallas girls wear.
It gives me ASOS. It gives me Shein. It gives me Forever 21.
It gives me Pretty Little Thing. That's where I got mine from.
It gives me King Kane. Taught y'all how to do it, and y'all didn't know how to let it go once y'all got it.
Period. So, do you have any thoughts on Cassadine or Rico with a capital K before we hop into the actual juicy storylines?
As far as the look, Rico Cassadine, I feel like he could do way better, but I feel like his whole energy and his star power outshines. Like, it's okay sometimes if you're not that fashion guy, especially if especially if you have that star power. And I feel like Rico Cassadine is a star. I feel like in the long run, that man's gonna be a star. And I feel the same exact way about Rico with a K. I'm glad that he doesn't give them too much, because it leaves room for the real entertainment industry to pick him up and do something with him without having to pull back a whole bunch of footage of you being garbage. So I feel like he plays his cards right. I love Rico.
I agree. I love both Ricos. What I love about Rico with a capital K is when him and Aaron started going at it. That is Rico with a K. He does show love. He does come up and speak and say hello, and that's just who he is. Cassadine, I love the way he reads. I think that he's funny. He kind of gave me, you know, Big King Kane energy in his confessional, just like with his wittiness and the just the whole funness, the fun shade in his confessional, and that's why I go up for him. And he think too, and I'm totally into that.
If we get into storylines, we're not yet, so I won't say anything about the Rico situation.
Yes, we're gonna get into that. Neek said that he's outside real bad. Oliver said Neek is always naked. I feel like Neek said he was in a relationship for 8 years. Now that he's single, he's no longer with Anthony. He wants to be outside and show a little pussy, show a little chest, and I feel like, you know, do you? I definitely think that Neek's character, the character Neek on the show, I definitely think that he deserves to be on Chasing Atlanta. I think that he fits in with the Chasing Atlanta brand really good. Jay Amore.
Oh, I forgot about
that. I don't know. It was him crying all the time. You cried because Troy read you. You cried because Cameron read you. Like, you cried.
But you know, where he was outside and he was crying, he was like, I can flip. You know what it reminded me of? You remember, did you watch Pitch Perfect, the first one?
Kind of, sort of, little pieces of it, yeah.
But there's a part in Pitch Perfect where they're all in the gym and the girl, she's like, I can go. I can toss them. I can toss my cookies because she threw up during her like high note on the stage. So in the gym, they just get into it. And she's like, I can do it again. I can do it again. And it just sounded like that. I just felt like he was giving that white woman pitch perfect moment where he's like, I can flip. Well, go flip.
Well, go flip. Can you please read a bitch in their face? Can you please slap a hoe? Can you please, say something other than crying over Troy?
Yeah. I think that he has a lot. I think that he's really, really fighting for his brand, and I know how that feels. But at a certain point, you just gotta like let that shit go, because people are always, especially in these arenas, gonna try to make you feel small for what you do. So you can't keep giving them that much energy. You ain't gonna catch me crying on a fucking TV unless it's up with my man.
And so, why do you feel like Aaron Thomas is always licking bottoms to stay on top? Well, let's get into it, girl.
Okay.
Why do you think what is that about?
He's a fry. Every confessional is like, yeah, man, you know what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm trying to make sure that we doing. And it's just like, bitch, you already know the story with us. He's a scammer. And I think
I don't know the story with you and him.
Oh, he scammed me out of $500.
Oh, he took money out of your mouth, am I? Oh my God. Not from me per se, but he took money from one of my tricks. And when you take money from one of my tricks, there's no money for me because you took it.
Get you. Yeah, no, he definitely he stole. Sebastian, go to your bed. You doing
Sebastian, stop it.
Now you called him back over here. But no, he's long story short, I paid him for some services that he could not deliver as far as music production. And he said that he was going to refund the money, and he never did. I posted online, me going to the bank and saying, was there a refund or a credit back from his business account? They said no. I shared it, blah, blah, blah. So now when I view him, I see all of the fakery and all of the fuckery. So when you go up to someone like fucking Rico with a K and say that he was fanning out
over you,
girl, we don't know you. Everybody's been on American Idol. Everybody's been on America's Got Talent. Everybody's been on The Voice. Everybody's been on X Factor. We've all been on these shows, baby boy. So you're not really giving that much. And I'm in the industry. People like him do not make it. They don't make it because you're so busy trying to impress the next bitch that you can't concentrate on what you're really good at, because he's a hell of a music artist. Like the music that
he can sing.
It made me feel so bad that I don't like him because of how fake and the fraudulent side of him, because your music is dope, but no one's going to listen to it because we see through it. And plus you look like a Muppet.
How much money did he take from you that he owed?
$500. Yeah, $500.
He took $500 out of your mouth?
Yeah, no, out of my pockets.
Well, child, you know what they say. You can't trust these sisters and punks.
You definitely can't trust that one. Definitely can't trust that one. And it's really sad because I'm actually one of those people that I put my money where my mouth is and I support people. So if I'm coming in, I'm like, I'm gonna pay you for some shit. Never again.
Period.
Never.
I want to go. Is this my baby Aubrey? Like Aubrey?
I like Aubrey. You talk about from Texas?
If that's G-Spot, yeah. If that's G-Spot Aubrey, hey Aubrey, I miss you so much. I love you so much. You'll always be my brother.
I love Aubrey. He's cool.
Yeah, Aubrey's everything. So let's move on. TTB speaks to Cameron. Cameron is the last OG. I love this moment because I do feel like Cameron has been around for 5 seasons consecutively. And whether he's chasing air, chasing dick, or whatever, he's there. And I just kind of feel like let's give Cameron the respect that he needs, because it's a lot to hold down that position for 5 years. You know, all the scrutiny, the cancer rumors, Pissgate. from a couple seasons ago. You know, it was just a lot. So I was here for Cameron. And the respect that everybody started clapping because you bitches have got to learn to respect the OGs, the girls who have came before you, the girls who have set the standard and the tone of what you girls should give. And a lot of y'all don't give it.
Cameron looked good this reunion. I think that he handled himself very well this season. And I feel like, to be honest, Cameron is most consistent from season 1 till now. Like, he's most consistent. Has he had a ton of growth? I don't feel like it, but I feel like at least he's most consistent. Like, he's the same person that he's always been. And that's all you could ask for these gays in Atlanta.
Oh, did you like his big purple suit? I loved it. I love the over-exaggerated fit.
I didn't mind it at all. I think that it was nice. I feel like the jewels actually helped it, you know, pop a little bit. It was good for Cameron compared to some stuff that we've seen from him in the past. So I was happy for him. I just felt like, I think the reason that I'm not really calling it out like that, the reason I'm not calling him out like that is because they all just had on the same shit. Everybody had on a two-piece.
When I saw that, damn, everybody wore a suit.
Right. It was all the same shit. So I couldn't, if I got to choose between all the suits, it's definitely Troy. But Troy, I feel like Troy this season, as far as all of his looks, he was up there all season.
He was. I like Troy. And then on top of that, Troy is just handsome anyway. So Troy could put on a plastic bag and still eat the girls up. Let's move on. We first get into Neek, Troy, and Cam. Hashtag Chicago Tripgate. But do you want to respond to Kahari, Cordae?
Oh, what did Kahari say?
He wants to know, what is your Instagram?
Oh, Cordae Sings. CORDAESINGS. I'll put it in the chat.
Yeah, put your socials in there, okay? Was Cameron being messy about asking where freaking Frack was at Rico with a Case performance? We all know that Cameron was being shady. He owned it. And then for them to love each other and have this like super dope relationship, friendship, it definitely seemed like Cameron versus Neek and Troy. It definitely seems like there is still some tension. There's still some beef. I definitely think that a lot was said during those times on the show when they were beefing. So I don't think that they would ever be as close as they were. We know Cameron has packed up and moved to Houston. So I don't know, but it definitely seemed like Cameron was, because Cameron was on their necks. Cameron said at the networking event or lack thereof, the girls weren't networking. It really wasn't nobody there. And then he said he's not jealous of their friendship. He ain't studying them. He just really doesn't care. Now, when he said that and he said those thoughts, you know, when he was asked if he was jealous of Cam and Neek, we have Neek Troy and Neek. We have Troy and Neek on the other side screaming about how booked and busy they are, you know, what they got going on, you know. And I do feel like freaking Frack think that people are jealous of their friendship. And I don't think anybody's jealous of you guys' friendship. I actually love it personally. I think you guys are one and the same. And I think it works out. And I just kind of feel like, you know, it is what it is. But I do feel like Cameron, shut up, because if people were taking pictures, headshots, and passing out business cards and getting to know one another, then that's obviously networking. So don't try to shade their event when you was there crying and hooping and hollering, talking to Neek about Chicago. So do you have any thoughts on that?
I felt like there was plenty of room for it because there wasn't anything going on as well. So I guess being in those reality situations when an event is a flop, and you got to give him, you can't take that from him and say, oh, well, you can't come at Cameron on that when they really was dogging Cameron about, oh, he don't do nothing, X, Y, and Z. They did do that. So I feel like at the same time, he should be able to come in and assess your event. And I feel like
I kind of want to know, like, really what Troy said to Dominique. What did he do? Because they said Troy was being a bitch. He was being a diva. He was doing this and doing that in Chicago. But I never have gotten bitch, D, that from Troy, like in person. So I just really want to know what was Troy
I
in Chicago doing. Now I know Kahari has a lot of tea on that time because Kahari lives in Chicago. He was going to be a part of Chasing Chicago until he was allegedly kicked off, or he fell out with some people. But Kahari has a lot of tea on that, so I don't know. But what I will say is when Willa said y'all love is weird as fuck, Nick, Cam, and Troy, I totally agree. Let's move on. Jay Amore versus Cameron. Cordae, do you think that Cameron told Jay that he was sending flowers and doing this and doing that? Or do you really feel like Jay was blindsided? Because I think Jay wanted a moment. You wanted a moment amongst these girls. You wanted a moment amongst these girls. You never had a moment ever, not even on Fashionaires. And I feel like you wanted a moment.
I honestly, I feel the same. I feel like Jay definitely wanted a moment. He wanted to try to show some type of loyalty to the group, to be on the inside of the group, when really he would have been smarter to be like, take, Cameron's side on this whole thing and kind of really just bump it up like Cameron really is that girl because you was fucking him. And then you release the information that you were fucking him, or y'all were fucking each other, or somebody was fucking somebody. So I feel like he would have been stronger trying to kiss Cameron's ass versus trying to kiss 7 other bitches' ass. And it would have gave him a stronger storyline. But now it just seems like every scene that he was in, he was reaching for a different storyline. And it was kind of like, okay, we've seen the storyline chase thing, and it's not cute, and people know it. And bye, Jay. It was boring.
So Jay starts speaking on all of his grievances, like, oh, Cameron sent the flowers, he inboxed my client, he's using me for a storyline. And honestly, I think Jay was boring, and I don't like you girls love to say somebody using y'all for a storyline when y'all a storyline isn't storylining anyway. I've been used for a storyline. Let's be clear. You girls are not being used for storylines. Okay? That's the truth, and it is what it is.
If anything, and this is no shade, but if anything, it felt more like, Jay, you're using Cameron for a storyline.
Because exactly.
For a storyline, you would have kept his name out your mouth. Mind you, I get it. Like, I've been on the shows. We don't see everything. We don't know everything. But never on the show am I going to release or expose my sexual life with people for some clout. And that's what it was giving. You knew the
He was like, at the end of the day, we were not friends, we were fucking.
Yeah.
Like, he was just so drunk and adamant.
Got my scene. And your scene didn't last because this never shut up.
But I heard that the girls were fucking at the cabin on the cabin trip. Did you hear anything about that? They said Jay was fucking somebody.
Was he getting fucked or was he fucking?
No, they said Jay was topping somebody out there at the cabin. That's what I heard, allegedly.
Gavel. Hold on, first, fuck, hold on. We didn't cheers to redefining us together.
Period. Oh, into that other thing you told me about that you got going on.
Oh yeah, we got a lot of stuff coming.
So I definitely look forward to that. Jay apologizes to Ike for going off on him and snapping at him down to the spa day because, Ike didn't have shit to do with it. Like, bitch, this is just my friend. Please don't come at me about something that has to do with my friend, period. Cassadine speaks. Apparently, he told Cameron some tea about Jay. And so apparently Cameron was on everybody's neck. Cameron was like, "No, Cassadine, that ain't what you told me. It really wasn't like that." But yeah, if we're gonna keep it along those lines, it was that.
Rewind. Okay, I gotta ask a question. Are we going to discuss Ike, or is that it? Because that's probably it, right?
The next time we'll get into Ike is when we talk about Willa wanting to be protected by the men when she's
Okay.
coming for a man after she had just said that she can't be out here hooping and hollering like a man and she wants to be treated as a woman. So we're gonna get into that when that comes.
We'll wait on.
Yeah, we'll address Ike and his stardom. So anyway, I love that Willa loves to call people down to the film and all that good stuff. And when they start talking about storylines, and Oliver even spoke to this, when we get these call sheets, when we get these offer letters to be on the show, we're already thinking about what we want our storyline to be, right? That doesn't necessarily mean that it's fake or it's this or it's that. It's just like, no, I have a certain story I want to get out. And this is what it is. And I want to include such and such. I want to do this. I want to do that. I don't think that is using for a storyline. So I definitely loved when Willa and Oliver were like, that's very common,
Yeah.
Next.
And I think you can agree too, being in the position where you are a cast member, you do have to define very early what your storyline is. Like you have to, because you want to be consistent. You want to make sure that when they're filming, they're getting what you're putting out, So I understand. I understood where he was coming from. There's a difference between following what would have happened and making things happen, like going into a situation with Jay Moore and Cameron. But then I think drumming up the storyline situation is more of what Jay did. Like, okay, at this point, I'm gonna tell that I slept with Cameron. Like, there's a very fine line between planning to meet up with somebody, planning to build onto a relationship, planning to build up to a storyline, versus trying to drum up some drama for a storyline to create the storyline. So
I thought he really could have just came on and said, yeah, I'm fucking Cameron, and just let that play off. We didn't need to know he looked like a frog, he like a turtle, he ain't got nothing going on, I'm a designer, I'm a designer.
That happened. Who said that?
Jay said all that, did all that carrying on.
Cameron, I don't think Cameron looks like a frog or a turtle. I think that Cameron doesn't have the typical look, right? But I feel like in his own way, he's just Cameron, and I think that people either like it, learn to appreciate it,
or they hate it. But Cameron do got that good pussy. Before we get off of Cameron, I do want to talk about his binder.
Rewind. How do you know?
No, me and Cameron, we played back in the day.
Okay.
When I was a younger girl. When Cameron pulled out the binder, and he was having, the receipts, I did love this moment. And I was like, yes, Cameron, finally, you're finally eating a bitch. You're finally, it took you 5 seasons at the reunion to get it, Because we all remember when Sky read him down for Phil. Right? So I feel like Cameron was vindicated.
You gotta be prepared when you come for Sky. That's a different battle. He's a lot like me in the sense of there's a certain intellect that comes with the read, and he got it. That's fake.
That's true. That's true. And plus, Sky is like 45, 50, so it's kind of like, okay, we get it. We get the wisdom. We get to this. We get to that. Speaking of Sky, what is Sky? I haven't seen Sky in these YouTube streams.
I haven't really seen him. Like, he's in my story. All I see is he's been working out and he looks well, and I'm glad for him. Like, I think that Sky always means. I think that Sky wants to be respected more by the life of gays. So
yeah,
he'll die trying to get that, because it ain't gonna happen.
Facts. I want to wrap up Cameron and Jay. I do feel like when Cameron presented the receipts, it did come out that Jay was a liar. And now Jay talking about there's gaps in the timeline. Like, girl, if we not friends, why was you texting me what I'm doing? What's this? What's that? What's this? What's that?
I was with all of that. I was with all of the receipts. I agree. Like, don't downplay our friendship relationship, because matter of fact, let's go back to pre-engaged Cordae. If we are fucking, we are fucking. And once we're done, goodbye. Don't want to see you. We ain't talking no more. We ain't exchanging pleasantries, text messages, or even how you doing. The text is, and people already know, get it ready and let's go. So I really do think that there was a lot more between Jay and Cameron. Like there was definitely a lot more, and I'm very.
I feel like they were low key almost going together.
Ooh, Cameron and
that's that tea. Shout out to TJ Naturally. Thank you for the super chat, guys. Yeah. Make sure you guys are supporting the channel via Cash App as well. I love you guys so much. Thank you guys so much for being here. Let's move on.
Please.
We get into the Nick, Troy, Kendra, and Wayne saga. When Wayne posted them, we still never got a direct answer. Every time Wayne is like, oh, I want to get Troy's attention. He wanted to work with Kendra. But I just felt like that's how you get his attention, by posting throwback clips. I felt like in that moment, Wayne was reaching for a storyline. And I felt like Kendra knew that, but she didn't want to throw her manager under the bus.
Okay, so this is complex. This is
so stupid and messy, though.
It depends on how you look at it. Go with me here. I think in this situation, I'm Team Wayne. Because if you don't, you know, from being on the show, you know that we are, because let's face it, Wayne is the manager, but at the same time, he's kind of like the P. Diddy to the Mace. Oh, am I going back too far for y'all? Or
no, we get it.
Okay, so
hopping in all the videos, dancing.
I feel like, I honestly, and correct me if I'm wrong, this is outside looking in, I feel like Wayne really did build Kendra to Kendra. Like, I feel like without Wayne, and answer, if you think I'm wrong, please disagree. Do you think that Kendra will be where she is as far as this show? Destiny is not the prophet. Like, I can't.
If he wasn't a +1 all the time,
if he wasn't her manager, would Kendra be who Kendra is?
I definitely think so. Especially on the show, Kendra just has like a certain je ne sais quoi that I'm here for. I'm bored with Wayne.
Yeah,
Wayne, you didn't give us no tea. You and Cassadine didn't kiss. Y'all didn't fuck. Like, we didn't get no extra tea. It's always
like in the same.
It's always him defending Kendra, and I'm bored with that.
Well, I don't know. I love the Kendra Wayne dynamic. I'm very sad for the future of it, because I do feel like most really close relationships, Dr. Jackie and Simone, Cynthia and Nene,
Mariah, Quad,
Jennifer, Evelyn, me, Tramel, like, when you're so close.
I'm still sad about that, though, you and Tramel. I'm devastated.
Over it. So close and you're brought together by the show, there is when you get ripped apart and there's that doubt, you can't shake it. Like, there's no going back. And I really think that, in my opinion, without Wayne, I don't think Kendra would have lasted as long as she's lasted on the show. I think that he really did help her preserve her, because he speaks for her. So he gives her a certain etiquette that I don't think Kendra just has by herself. I think she's crazy talented. I think that she's dope. I think that she is raw. But I think that without Wayne, she's too emotional. We wouldn't really believe.
And I think that she could soar without him.
I think she could. But I'm talking
like, even on the show, like, girl, bye. Like, let's not bring him back. Let's just bring her solo. Because Troy said they got to call Wayne to get in contact with her.
I just feel like, just because of I'll comment on that too. Because of the show, just in the scenario of the show, I think that Wayne really elevates who she is and the reason that she has taken the strides that she has. I think without Wayne, she probably would get a little bit like lazy and maybe not want to do things X, Y, and Z. Now, when you say people have to contact Wayne to get in contact with her, as humans, we want what's not tangible. We want that dude that we can't have. We want that we're gonna go after it. Because you can't really touch her, I think that's why she's Kendra. You know what I'm saying? She has somebody you got to get through to get to her, and people like that. People love that shit. And I think that Wayne really helped her brand. I think there would not be a KS is it KS Kendra?
TS LaKendra.
TS Lil Kendra without a Wayne as it pertains to the show. I don't want y'all to get me fucked up and start posting it. I said as it pertains to the show. I think that regardless she was going to be a star, I think regardless she was talented and all of those things. But in this scenario and how this bus is driving, she's doing good by keeping Wayne in her corner.
Period. And on that note, let's move on. So they give us a little bit about Cassadine has a diss song out on Nick Nick as well as Kendra. Nick Nick says that the ring question from Wayne triggered him. I love the moment when Dominique apologized to Kendra for shading her for no reason. And then Kendra said Neverland, like she ain't trying to hear it. And then her and Dominique, it was like they were trying to avoid arguing and hooping and hollering towards each other. But when, oh, you said this, well, oh, let me say my speech. Oh, you said that. Oh, well, let's really get into it. Like, it was one of those kind of moments, which I thought was childish. I thought that both of you should have just said what you wanted to say about each other prior. And Nick, if you know that you were dead ass wrong, But Kendra, if you're gonna never land the apology, don't double back and say, no, I love Nick and Troy. Just keep it where it's at. I don't fuck with you. I ain't studying you. Girl, bye.
I think Kendra just has that auntie mentality. Like, I love you, but I'm going to publicly let you know, don't fuck with me. I think that the only reason, and this is just my opinion, looking at his personality type, Dominique's, I feel like the only reason he's apologized for half of the shit that he has is because of the comments and the backlash. I think he's trying to do damage control. And don't fuck with someone like Kendra because she's going to be most liked by everyone.
And she's a fan favorite.
Fan favorite.
But Nick's a fan favorite too, right? Or no?
Oh, I mean, I feel like in the comments lately, now I don't scroll the comments too much. But and I can't fairly say that, but I'm 90% sure that if we go through the comments throughout the episodes, people aren't really feeling Dominique. Dominique let his personal really get in the way of his relationships with people in the group, and it wasn't becoming. It really wasn't. So I just really think that right now he knows this, and I think that now it's like, let me play clean up. Let me use this. I'm not engaged anymore to my advantage because I'm trying to come back next season. I need this to work for me. And honestly, in my opinion, I don't see him coming back next season unless he has just this great relationship with Andario.
I think Dominique will definitely be back. The girls want to see this single whore. Since he said he's outside bad, we might want to see him going on dates, getting fucked, doing whatever he wants to do. So I'm here for that. I love when the host asked about Drew, why she always chiming in and why you always got an opinion and, oh, I'm a ride or die for Nick. I'm a ride or die for Troy. Ooh, Wayne, the pain, the loser. All that carrying on. And again, here we go. Another apology to Kendra for shading Kendra when y'all coming for Wayne. There's a million things you can say about Wayne without bringing Kendra involved. A million. Hey, Frey. A million.
I think that a lot of these, our audience, the gay community and the gatekeepers of the gay community, and a lot of people on the show need to stop measuring success and talent by followers. That shit is dead. That is dead. As someone who is, again, working in that shit is dead. No one, it's not a thing. It really is not a thing, and it does not measure your success. So
Right.
saying that you need to be worrying about getting her more than 5,000 followers, let me tell you something. 5,000 followers is a magic number when you're working, because 5,000 followers to me and in my research says that you have 5,000 authentic followers. 5,000 people are really paying attention to you. When you got those 15K followers and you really don't have no money behind your name, I guarantee you get on the live, it's only gonna be 3 or 4 people. Nah, okay, maybe 10 people on there. You get what I'm saying? I feel like on Kendra's live, she might have 5,000 followers, but she might have 100 viewers when you get on a live. That makes sense. So I feel like chill out with the whole. You need to be working on her.
Because I mean, let's just be honest, Cordae. A lot of these girls are buying likes and followers and subscribers and comments, etc. I mean, shut the hell up about followers, because who really gives a fuck about followers? Followers don't really fuck with you like that unless it's a mess.
People who don't really have it. People who are insecure about their talents and using other things to make it.
Well, we all know Drew is super insecure. Her whole storyline was insecure. You know, and I hate that for her. Because she did grow on me, but I mean, every scene insecure.
I have a lot of insecurities. I feel like he actually stated it on the show. I feel like.
Hey, Kevin.
But I just think that he also, he has a light to him. I feel like he has a light to him and a spirit to him that the show needs. He's just that person who doesn't have to have the storyline. They can use him to stir up the shit every once in a while.
Gotcha. So Nick and Wayne, they started arguing. They're going back and forth. I love when Nick called Wayne a flower child.
Okay.
I didn't like when Cassadine started chiming in when it was Nick versus Wayne. I kind of feel like wait until we get to your moment. When we get to the mace, then you can chime in. I thought Cassadine jumping in was definitely some of Drew's energy, and I felt like he should have just sat there and shut up. Just how Troy sat there and shut up and let Nick handle his shit. Nick, to you. You see how Troy sat there while you got ate up by Cassadine and Wayne? That's the same way you should have sat there at the finale when Jay, Giant, Amore, and Troy were having their words. You girls have got to stop jumping in things that have absolutely nothing to do with you.
Did you see my notes? That's my main thing with Dominique. Dominique, listen to me if you
shut up. You guys clearly can hold your own.
Here.
Shut up.
I think that you have a look that can be cute with some editing, and like you're cool. Like I feel like that you have a real mentality, but mind your business. Do not mind your friend's business. Do not mind your friend's business. Mind your shit. And if you do that, I feel like a lot of people will like you a lot more and you'll go a longer way. Am I most liked when it came to reality? No, but I minded my motherfucking business, okay? Right. I speak for anything that I have ever been involved in. You can't because you don't mind your business. Mind your business, baby. That's all you got to do. Because you got involved with my business as well. Just mind your business and you'll be liked.
Well, Dominique said that they're sitting by the door for a reason. What do you think he meant by that? That they're pretty much off the show? They're pretty much out of the circle?
Well, I feel like next season we don't need... I mean, the fact that you said...
We can let go of a lot of these girls. On this season, they don't need to... A lot of them don't need to come back.
That we will get a Dominique that is single... I'm interested in seeing that because I feel like Dominique, no shade, I don't feel like he's an attractive guy, but I feel like he has that sex appeal. It's kind of like Lil Wayne 10 years ago. Like, Lil Wayne ain't attractive by far, but people just found him extremely sexy. Some people are just sexy, and I feel like Dominique has a great sex appeal. So I feel like seeing single Dominique navigate through the world would be actually... good to see a
It
single.
would, without, him crying over Anthony, being upset about a bitch asking about his ring.
Well,
I
the
think it'll
bad
be
part
interesting.
of that is they didn't build that storyline enough for me. Like, coming from like a scripted world, we didn't connect to your boyfriend. Like, we didn't really connect to him to actually be affected by the
By
fact
the breakup.
yeah, we didn't.
I would have liked to see them have that final conversation before Nick went to Rico with a capital K's house and told him that he was single, right? I would have liked to see Ant and Nick have a situation, FaceTime on the phone, something where they're like calling it quits. That would have gave me life.
Can we post that last Kari comment? I agree.
Aaron, Ike, and Jay can go.
I agree.
I agree with Aaron and Jay. I like Ike, but I don't think Ike really had any standout moments other than Sockgate. And we're going to get into Sockgate in just a second. I think Drew can go too. We done seen it with young Hershey LaCour. You didn't really do anything for me. There's a million bitches that can replace all of these characters.
But he does have a certain, I don't know. I'm rooting for Drew. I feel like
I know, because when we were texting and talking, you like Drew. You like Drew a lot.
And mind you, I've seen Drew outside of the show, but I seen Drew like maybe 7 years ago. Before, I never even knew he did drag or anything like that. And I met him through a friend. His friend just brought him to dinner, so I just met him kind of like that. I think that Drew is cool. Like, I feel like there's more to Drew, and I would rather dig into a story about a young man getting over his insecurities with a story versus somebody talking about the size of their dick. It's like, why do we need Ike? Why do we need Aaron?
And then apparently Drew had a man, but you steady all on Ike, Big Daddy Ike, Big Daddy Ike.
That would be good. That would be good.
Girl.
That's the opposite to what we talked about earlier about this whole ultra masculine thing. Then you got your fans that like Drew, that's kind of like, oh, he's ultra masculine, let me hype him up type thing. And it's kind of like, you don't have to do that.
Because we're all girls at the end of the day.
He was girling out a few times. Next.
Period. And before I get off this, I do want to say, Cassadine, when you called Neek's hair an ant bed, it definitely looked like an ant bed.
Wait.
Cassadine, Neek had the brown braids coming to the front of his dreads.
I told you.
Cassadine called it an ant, like an ant. The insect ant, an ant bed. And I thought that was hilarious.
Yeah.
No, it was giving my hump.
Cassadine definitely reads down. Like,
I love his reads.
I love his reads. And Dominique just does not have that editing to his style, that editing, that final touch, that finesse. And and the thing is, he thinks he has it. And the worst thing you can do is think that you have something that does not.
And you don't.
You had it, and I can't wait to see your ass back on some reality television.
Oh, I'm coming back really soon. I think
I am.
I got an opportunity, but I just don't know if I want to act on it because I'm not a fighter.
Oh,
and this certain show, this certain network, all they do is fight.
Yeah, no, honestly, and I'm just gonna keep it 100%.
Like, I'm a reader, I'm a roaster, I'm a queen. You know,
side. You have to do what's best for you, yes, but do what suits who you are in your brand. And I don't know. You'll make it work. You'll make whatever happens work for you. I think you will.
I'm thinking about telling them, hey, I fly in, I fly out on some special shit. Like, I can't be in the house with all these girls. You know what I'm saying? I can't.
Yeah.
So let's talk a little bit about Troy versus Wayne, the sock event. Oliver speaks out about he don't start mess. I don't tell these girls what to do. I just ask the questions, and that's your own problem. That's your own person. Everybody's grown. Woo, 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 woo. Willa speaks about the sock event. I'm a woman. Why didn't you guys protect me, defend me? When Ike and I were having, that banter. I personally don't feel that Ike was being that aggressive towards
The way
Willa at the sock event. I just thought he meant like shut up, hooping and hollering. You said what you said. Y'all filmed at your house yesterday, so shut up. And her just hooping and hollering, acting the fool, and then at the cabin, Willa saying that, oh, how can I be respected as a woman if I'm sitting up here hooping and hollering like a man? But then at the reunion, you wanted people to defend you for doing that, but you already said that. How could you expect people to do that? So I just thought that it was a contradiction. Definitely. And I really wasn't here for it. And I love Willa. Willa is my favorite on the cast. Down. I just think that in that moment you sounded stupid.
For me with Willa, first off, her reunion look, I feel like the glam part of it was a flop. The dress part of it was cool. And it could have worked, but the glam part was just so bad that it flopped. She had a lot of great glam looks on the actual show, not confessionals, not the reunion, but like when she was on the show and it was a softer Willa, it was easier to get into. So as far as looks in my profession, that's where I'll go with it. But as far as her on the show, I feel like it was always a reaction from her. Like she always not wanted to, but there was always some type of turn up. Here's my thing with trans women.
Here's my thing with trans women.
I love trans women.
Right. Me too. I want Willa to eat me.
Okay. Recording. Back in the day, there were some people, two people that are very well known now. Two of the most beautiful trans people in the community that I've exchanged with back then. So I have no issue with that. And if I was a single man, I would maybe get it popping now because I don't see them any different. I see them butterflying, like just emerging into themselves. But I also don't see them turning up with men. You can't turn up with men, veins in your neck out, get a certain aggression, and then expect people not to see the man inside of you and be like, okay, let him, at that point in everybody's mind, whether they want to say it or not, let him do his thing. You know what I'm saying? It has to be a point where when you transition and you're working on transitioning, I don't know where Willa is in her journey.
She's gorgeous though, right?
She has some scenes where she's gorgeous.
Yeah.
But I don't know where she's at during her transition, but just in future, I hope that she understands that, wow, if I'm going to be transitioning and I'm finding my way as a female, as a woman, I'm emerging, I can't have it when it works for me and not present it when it does not work for me.
Facts.
Do that, you have now given people the inclination and the state of mind that you know who you are yet. You're not there yet. You're somewhere in your journey where it's not really working for you. And I'm down with the shit. I'm down with the shit. Like that's what it was given. It was kind of like, okay, calm down.
I mean, even when Oliver went up to her at the event, like, girl, ain't nobody gonna touch you. Ain't nobody I know ain't nobody gonna fuck with me. I said, ooh.
Like, I've seen some tough bitches like want to fight guys, but it was rare, far and few in between. Just kind of you gotta take your L on it. Like, you gotta be like, okay, let me respect the man's place and just not play my role, but live in who I am now and live in my role and know that this is this is the lifestyle and thing that I am. So you just
And even when Ike asked at the reunion, was I giving aggressive tease? Was it looking like I was going to knock a bitch upside the head? Everybody was like, no,
well,
no. And I'm like, right. Ike wasn't giving that energy.
I think them being there, they can attest to it. But for me, seeing it on TV, it feels like that he turned up on the same level that she turned up. But the thing is, if I was in that position, would I see you as a woman in that moment when you're showing out as a man? No.
I don't give a fuck who you are, because if you put your hands on the princess, I'm going to slap you.
Well, my thing is, I don't know if I can hit a woman. I just don't know that. And
I knock a woman upside her head. That's Pyrrha.
My mom was always very, very, really, she was very, I don't know. She was, the way I was brought up, I don't think I could hit a woman. I might restrain, I might walk away, and I might call my sister.
Come on, sister.
I got 2 sisters. I got a lot of
Pyrrha!
stepsisters, and one of them is always on, 2 of them is always on go. So I don't think that I could hit a female, but when you start bucking up and you show me that you're not really that lady, I feel like I would have been like Ike. I would have turned up with you, and if you would have swung, I would have had to divert
back to, I don't know who the fuck you are. So, you know, because bitch, that punch might have felt like a nigga punch, and I might have to punch your ass back.
Exactly. I feel like everybody is free to be who they want to be. We all feel like genetically we were born who we are, all those things. But with that instance, you have to know how to handle situations and control yourself in situations that may not be comfortable for you. Like if you want to carry yourself, do that. You know what I'm saying? Do that, because right now what is given is I'm transitioning. I'm still a dude, and we can get down if you want to. That's what it. And no, that's no offense. I love her. I feel like that she was just emotional, but at the same time, you put people in predicaments that they don't know what to do. They don't know who you are. They don't know what is given.
I agree.
I don't ever feel like I could ever see Tokyo Styles doing some shit like that. I don't see Japanese faces doing some shit like that. And these are girls that I know personally. And if you feel like, oh, well, they're in this position, blah, blah. Well, if you're a female and you're transitioning, all of that, and you know what kind of room you're walking into, well, then maybe this was not the show for you. If you don't know how to handle yourself amongst men, maybe it's not the show for you. But it is a growing experience. So I hope that she was able to kind of watch it back and be like, damn, I still got some work to do. Let me do what I got to do.
Facts. I do want to talk about Aaron when they talk about Aaron calling Troy a sugar baby. And Aaron's like, I don't have no problem with sugar babies. I don't have no problem with sugar dad. You can't have no problem because you took money from my trick. You better not have no problem with sugar babies and sugar daddies and all that carrying on. Give Cordae back his $500 and give my trick back whatever you owe him so that I can reap the benefits. With that ugly ass red line in your head.
I completely agree. I feel like that he saw Troy. Troy is pretty much giving, you got to finesse me. You got to do whatever the case is. And I feel like when it came to Aaron, it's like, okay, I ain't got money for myself. I'm scamming to make ends meet. That's going to be a project. So I might have to back out. That's with nobody who ain't got no money, because he ain't got no credit card numbers to steal, no checkbook numbers to steal, no social security numbers to steal. He can't run a complete scam. So
absolutely
he wasn't trying to fuck with Troy.
Exactly. I wasn't really here for the Oliver versus Rico with a capital K or the Oliver and Kendra beef. I really didn't care. What I was more so focused on was that there was alleged fucking going on the cast trip. They were taking body shots. They were down to Willa's cabaret. I just want to say that I love a cast trip that involves screwing and fucking around and being low-key and sneaking and geeking. I love that kind of stuff.
You know what? I think that you're right. I think that in future reality shows for you guys, let me give you all some advice from the viewers looking in. Let's dramatic storylines that never add up at the end and don't make sense, and there's not a lot of receipts for, and more love connections. I think that we'll be more interested in seeing somebody fuck around with somebody and it be somebody else's bitch or some shit like that before we would want to see the fact that Kendra didn't show up on time. I mean,
or a million performances. Oh my goodness.
Okay, so
there was a lot of performances. I just could not. I couldn't. It was a lot. It was a lot. No shade, no tea. It was a lot of performances. I could not deal.
I feel like they were trying to take the advice from the whole Imani thing, and I think that what they were doing was trying to show more of their talents. But I think
it was overkill.
It was overkill. I feel like they did a disservice to their brand and what they do. You can't. I'm sorry. It's too late to switch brands. Create another show for it. It's too late to switch. Because I guarantee you half of us fast forwarded.
Facts. Willa and Oliver, they hoop and holler about, her aggravation over the itinerary. I thought that was stupid. We don't really care about it. I want to move past it. Aaron versus Rico with a K. Aaron, you're a fan. How dare you say Rico with a capital K is a fan of yours? We don't know. All we know is that you were a DL, PK, according to DL. According to
Aaron,
listen, you were never DL.
Listen, hear me out.
You were never down
gay.
low.
Everybody knows you were gay. Everybody in the industry that I know that you're a gay artist. Everybody knows it. Everybody knows you're out. Everybody knows you're gay. I don't think there's very many females that are interested in you anyway. So, baby girl.
I just think Aaron fake. I just think he's fake. The way you try to play Rico with a K, like nigga, like I feel like
Rico, you cannot come for Rico.
If you ever met Rico with a K in person, he's really cool and very sweet, and that's just who he is. So the fact that Aaron took that as somebody's super fanning off of you was completely weird to me.
Let's really, really quickly dissect this. Rico is a fan favorite. He never really has a storyline for real. He's there 100% for talent. With these shows, I don't know if Dario really sees it or not, but with these shows, you have to have at least one artist that will actually make it in the industry if you want to get picked up by a network. We need somebody who's going to give us some money back. A Cardi B, a K Michelle, or somebody like that. We need a Candy Burris. Someone who can actually make us some money. The drama's cute, but it ends at the show. Rico doesn't end at the show. Rico can give us a concert. People are going to show up. Rico can release an album. People are going to buy it. Rico is T. Aaron, no one's standing over you. We watched the whole show, and we can't remember one song. We can't. Can you remember a song?
No, I just remember that he called Rico with a K fan. That's the only thing I remember.
Can you put in one song? We can't, because you're not a star. You're just not a star, baby. And it's okay.
And I'm bored with it, and I'm bored with him. Exactly. You did have a note about his OnlyFans account.
Yeah, okay. Like but see, here's the tea. He pulled the charade with this one. You mentioned it for anybody else did. Nobody knew you had OnlyFans, girl.
Yeah, he brought it up like, oh, girl, you was telling me they're going to bring up my OnlyFans. You was telling me they're going to bring up my OnlyFans. Nobody want us to talk about your OnlyFans.
Because nobody cared. I don't know. Like, people might want to see how fat your ass is because you're short and stubby. But other than that, I don't think anybody really cares what your body look like by looking at your face. I mean, I'm not trying to be mean or go hard on him. Of course, I have a disdain for him because of his deception and fakery. But if we're honestly speaking, after everyone sees your ass, like, nobody probably wants to see. What would you be doing on OnlyFans, girl?
They say he was a top, so hopefully he fucking some big booty or something. I do want to move on from Aaron. What I want to say final and last is Aaron is cute, but we don't know you. last but not least, we get into call time gate. Now, what I did like was Aaron did speak up when it came down to Oliver and Kendra and just everything that they had going on with, oh, you not being able to do Chasing the Beat. First of all, ain't nobody finna sit around and wait all day for you to arrive when your manager is here. Your manager is telling us, oh my goodness, she's 5 minutes away. She's 10 minutes away. She's 7 minutes away. I feel like, girl, nobody like get there on time. A call time is a call time. And if somebody texts you, Cordae, you've done reality TV. You get call times. I'm sure.
I've done scripted television, so I
you know call times.
I produce.
You dress movies now, right?
Yeah, I do TV and film.
Exactly. So if they tell you to be there at 5 a.m., your motherfucking ass gonna be there at 5 a.m., right?
So here's the thing with call times. If you have agreed to something, you are contracted or you've agreed to something regardless. If you're not there on your call time, you aren't going to, like, you don't get to perform. When it comes to artistry, when it comes to TV and film, if you're not there on your call time, we need to get you there. So here's the thing. When it comes to Wayne, my advice to Wayne, because I worked with a lot of...
advice to Wayne.
I work with a lot of talent managers. So for people who don't know, I work for currently I work for CBS Studios, and I do a show called Tom Swift. So let's say that one of my talents, one of my actors, don't show up on time, or they're going to be late, or whatever the case is, and we have a fitting. A fitting is very important. It goes through the director, it goes through the producers, it goes through the network in order to get approved to be on TV. I say that to say, if you can't make a call time for a show that's not BET,
because he mentioned BET.
I say that to say, how are you going to make a call time when it is a BET? Because you don't have makeup, because you don't have hair.
Those are like I'm over 5 stores, and I tell all those people that I'm over, I'm sorry, that's a personal issue. That's personal. If it's not business, I can't really care about it.
Your call time is your call time. I feel like with that whole situation, when we go to Wayne, there's no reason that you should have been there when Kendra's not there. I understand that you're part of the show now, and your call time was the time that the show that Chasing Atlanta told you to be there. But as a manager,
your job, right?
Your job is to make sure that Kendra has makeup on set if she ain't got it at the house, and that her car is on the way there. Because it honestly and truly, they're gonna wait on you because you're the talent and we've planned for you. It don't look good. I've seen people just in this season I did, which I've seen people get fired, literally because they're difficult, and it becomes difficult. And there's so many people who can do what you do. There's so many people who can do what Cordae does. There's so many people who can do what Kane does, and there's so many people that can do it better than us. There's so many people. Be on time or communicate when you're coming in. Make the shit work for you. When it comes
to it was almost cringeworthy watching them try to defend her being late and just not following the timeline. I mean, lying about Oliver. Then even after they filmed Chasing the Beat, even afterwards, Oliver was trying to contact them. Let's link up. Let's do this so I can put y'all in. It was just so trifling how Wayne and Kendra sat there trying to make it seem like Oliver was just trying to be mean and nasty to them.
And here's the thing about it. And
that's so stupid.
I actually personally messaged Oliver about this. It really sucks to be in a position because I and this is not in a cocky way. I'm in the position now where, like, if I wanted to put people on, I could put people on. Because I work the industry and there's things that I can't do that I know people that can do it, right?
Right.
So, he's putting y'all in a position where he's attaching his name to you. It's very fucked up that he tried to bring you in and you were so unprofessional about it, but you don't have any more like really professional videos or any. He's giving you quality. This is probably, I don't know how, I didn't watch Chasing the Beat. I don't plan on watching it really, but it's probably something that's going to be at least $10,000 worth of work done, if not more. And for someone to say, okay, just be a part of it, just show up, and you are late about it, it shows that you don't really, that you're not as passionate as you were about your craft. And that's why I said that I think that it
Because
was,
you're talking about, oh, who wants to come here and sit around for free? Sit around. Girl, you don't film this whole season for free.
and I want to,
What are you talking about, Kendra? Make it make sense, mama. No shade.
I really want to see what checks that these people are receiving, that they're always flowing out, they're always doing X, Y, and Z. I really want to know what y'all are really making, because I honestly could probably put money down on it that y'all really are not, and this is no shade, being booked to the capacity that y'all can pick and choose right now. So when it came to that, that's why I said I think that Wayne is probably the reason why Kendra is Kendra right now, because he's probably more passionate about this shit than she is. And I think when you get to a certain age, your passion does die out if you don't get the success. So maybe that's what it was, but I just wish Wayne would have said.
I just feel like it wasn't Oliver's fault. So please let's not make it Oliver's fault.
Definitely wasn't Oliver's fault. He provided y'all a situation, and if anything, y'all should be incredibly grateful that he invited, because he could have took a set and did it by himself. Hell, he's on TV on WeTV. I'm sure he could have hit up probably 5-10 other artists in Atlanta that are actually have a buzz, that are trending. A Jay Howell, a fucking Robbie, like he probably could
a saucy.
He probably could hit up a lot of people and brought them on board, and they would have been grateful to do it. And like, yeah, I'll do it for you.
Yeah,
and probably way more success with it versus bringing in some people that he argues with and he probably really don't even give a fuck about or care about like that. He's just giving.
I just feel like, Bishop, your call time supposed to be there at 6 for Chasing Reality, but I gave y'all 2 hours later. You still don't get there to 10, 11. Girl, bye. And that's pretty much all I have for the review.
I would be pissed, and I would be pissed because I've done that before with my show Elite ATL, and people didn't show up at their call times, and I canceled the whole fucking show.
I would have loved for you to keep that show. I love Tidrian. I love Dewan. Love you. Love True. I think you have a really great cast.
It was a great cast, but it was a lot of people that they're too difficult for their bank accounts, and I just didn't have the time. And not you gotta work. You gotta work to make something amazing. You know what I'm saying? And I think that Chasing Reality, Chasing Atlanta this season really kind of dropped the ball for me. I didn't feel like overall, especially with the reunion, that it was
very boring.
It was boring. It didn't live up to last season.
Yeah. I think that this season they focus a little too much on the performances, and I felt like we had the fight with Neek and Cassadine, but afterwards it kind of went downhill, and we didn't even get a build up to that drama. So, we're looking forward to season 6. I know I am. I thank you guys so much for being here. Yummy, this is the start of something new. Yes, Yummy. Do you have any last words for these weird ass people, child?
Not the weird people. Let's see. Let's look through the notes.
I love Trey. Shout out to Trey So Raw.
I feel like that we really cover everybody. I just think that future Chasing Reality. I feel like Undario.
I love you, Scotty. Hey, Scotty.
At this point in your career, humble yourself a little bit.
Who?
Undario. I think it's time to humble a little bit.
You think he's not humble?
Lately, some of the behaviors that I've been seeing, and then some of the cast members that you're casting, it feels a little cocky. And I feel like
I definitely think Undario has a type and he has favorites. I know that for sure. A blind man can see that. And there's nothing wrong with that, but we see it.
Start posting a lot. If we start casting a lot of people like Aaron that are scammers and fraudulent, and you don't expose that story, it kind of talks about, and it kind of attests to the people that you're casting, your choice of people, and it makes you as a brand owner look like you're not ready for VH1, because VH1 wouldn't take on that type of what's the word?
Talent.
No. They wouldn't take on that kind of liability without exposing it and clearing it up. So be very careful of the mess that you play around. Humble yourself a little bit. As far as the cast, I don't know. I think
that you know, let's redo it, let's revamp it, and let's just move forward.
Yeah, give us something new. Dig into
we want to see hoes shaking ass.
yeah,
I want to see some hoes, man.
Let's
Damn.
get into what makes gay actually fun, but still kind of dramatic. And I think that goes into a sexual direction. So maybe cast.
Yeah, let's get some more lingerie parties. Let's get that pussy spread. Like, come on.
End up fucking around on the cast and let that be the story, so that the music makes sense. Because like it's like we're listening to this music that these people have, but we don't know y'all fucking story, didn't relate to the, so who cares? So yeah, cast credible people, find new storylines, because this season storylines
did not give.
It did not give. It really didn't. And
it got a little boring after Cassadine. And I have amazing show ideas that I pitched to Dario. And I think that, you know, we got to bring some more excitement to Chasing Reality, period. Even if it's not chasing a city, like, you know, let's get some fun, sexy shit going on. You know? Let's get some whores shaking ass. King Kane's Cabaret.
Yeah. That's definitely important.
But anyways, thank you so much for being here, Cordae. I love you. You look so cute.
You do.
I see you with your little six-pack chest. Yes.
And you know, guys, that I have a lot of things coming up as well. Please stay on the watch for me. Follow at Cordae Sings. If you want to see my industry work or whatever, Cordae Wardrobe, Cordae, spell sings and spell wardrobe. I have an album coming out. I hope to do a listening party. If you haven't been to my listening parties before, my listening parties are always fun, always a hit, always fun. And that'll be at the end of this month or at the top of next month. I'm just waiting to get the mixes back. It's for a full album. And then you might also see me some other places. So
I look forward to seeing you doing that thing you told me about. So I'm excited about that. I think the girls are going to gag.
Hopefully I can do more things with my brother over here, Mr. Kane, with the future things I'm doing. I feel like maybe we should do like a little show, a little review show. So
yeah, we'll definitely get into the things.
We'll get
especially for that particular show.
Thank you.
Yeah. So thank you guys so much for being here, supporting us. Support the Cash App. Follow Yummy. Follow me. Subscribe. Thank y'all for being loyal as Caniacs. Thank y'all for coming and commenting. We gave how we feel. And if you don't like it, a whore just don't like it. Period. And on that note, goodbye. Love you down, Yummy. We'll talk soon, okay? All right. Bye, guys.